This is not a coincidence. You look at the clock, 11:11, again. You open your phone, 2:22. Your coffee bill, 7.77. You pause and ask yourself, why do I keep seeing these numbers? At first, it feels strange, almost too regular to be random. But what if it isn't random at all? What if the universe is trying to draw your attention with the only language you've unintentionally forgotten? Because sometimes, when words can't reach you, the divine begins to speak through numbers, the mystery of repetition. Have you ever experienced that moment? A subtle, quiet moment when your eyes accidentally catch something familiar, yet unusual. A number, a repeating sequence, a fleeting spark of recognition that awakens something deep within. And then it keeps happening, everywhere, on clocks, license plates, receipts, or even in your dreams. You begin to feel as though the universe is trying to send a special message meant just for you. You tell yourself, maybe it's just a coincidence. But deep in your soul, a gentle whisper stirs, no, this has meaning. And you are not wrong, because everything in this universe, every vibration, every sound, every pattern, carries its own frequency and meaning. And numbers are the oldest, purest language of all things. They are the source code by which reality is written. The silent architecture shaping the stars, the symphonies of life, and our very souls. Therefore, when you continuously encounter sequences like 111, 333, 535, it is not a glitch in perception, not a meaningless coincidence. These are angel numbers. This is the moment when your frequency harmonizes with the great intelligence that moves and breathes through all things. These numbers are direct messages from angels, from guiding spirits, or from the universe itself, meant to draw your attention, affirm the path you're on, or offer important guidance. They are the whispers of the cosmos, reminding you that you are never alone and always guided on your journey. Why this happens? The signal of sacred alignment. So why do these numerical signals start appearing in your life at this time? When you begin a new journey, an inner awakening, or when your life is in a profound phase of transformation, even if you haven't fully realized it, your vibrational energy is gradually rising, resonating with the higher frequencies of the universe. In this heightened state, you become more awake, more attuned, and your capacity for perception expands. It is within this expansion that you begin to catch the subtle signals that your unconscious mind used to overlook. Your higher self, the eternal soul that exists beyond space and time, is always there, constantly guiding and communicating. But it does not use words. Instead, it uses the language of energy, of symbols, and of patterns. And numbers are the clearest, most accessible form of vibrational communication that human consciousness can recognize and decode. Each angel number sequence carries a unique message, a spiritual compass guiding you. 111, new beginnings and manifestation. A powerful reminder that your thoughts are creating reality at a rapid pace. Focus on what you wish to attract, because your creative energy is at its peak. 22, balance, partnership, and trust. A sign to maintain faith and patience. The seeds you've planted are sprouting. Keep nurturing them and trust the process. It also reminds you of the importance of relationships and harmony. 33, divine support and communication with ascended masters. A symbol of the strong presence of ascended masters or higher spiritual beings beside you, bringing protection, healing, and guidance. This is a time to connect more deeply with your inner wisdom. 444. Protection and right direction. A clear sign that you are protected by angels and spirit guides. Even if the road ahead looks unclear or challenging, you're on the right path. Trust the unseen guidance and keep moving forward. 535. Major change and transformation. An old cycle is ending to make room for a new chapter of transformation and rebirth. Welcome the changes to come with an open heart, for they will lead you to new opportunities and experiences more aligned with your higher purpose. These numbers are not charms or fixed prophecies. They are mirrors reflecting the very energy and vibrational state you're radiating. They show you what is active in your field, what thoughts and emotions are shaping your reality. They remind you that you are the powerful co-creator of your life, not merely passing through it. Each time you see them, pause, listen, and ask, what is the universe wanting to tell me right now? The human doubt, when we question the signs. But here is what most people miss. They do not trust their own intuition. You see a number and feel something special. Then immediately, the rational mind steps in. It's just a coincidence. It's just a clock. Don't be silly. And just like that, the door closes. The bridge between your consciousness and your soul grows faint. You return to the noise of logic, to the illusion that everything sacred must be proven before it can be believed. But truth does not always scream. Sometimes it whispers, through repeating numbers, through synchronous moments, through what Carl Jung called meaningful coincidences. Jung believed these phenomena are mirrors of the soul, that the outer world reflects the inner state of your mind. So when you keep seeing 1111, the world hasn't changed. You have. Your awareness is attuning to the frequency of alignment. The numbers you see are simply consciousness, recognizing itself through physical form. Angel numbers, reminders from everyday life. Imagine repeating numbers as short messages the universe sends straight into your practical daily life. They are not mysterious spells, but light codes, energetic keys that help you unlock memory and potential within your soul. Each time you encounter an angel number, that is the moment the universe gently taps your shoulder and whispers, "Wake up. You are not lost. You are right where you're meant to be." Perhaps this is the real message hidden behind the seemingly random sequences, not a complex prediction. They don't foretell a specific event, not a frightening warning. They don't tell you to be afraid, but a reminder of presence. They remind you that you are cared for, supported, and that everything is unfolding according to a greater order than you imagine. So how do these messages show up in your life? For example, you're wrestling with an important work decision. You glance at the clock and see 1111, or while searching for ideas, you see a license plate, 111. This is a reminder that your thoughts are very powerful and are shaping reality. Focus on positive goals. Trust your instincts and boldly begin anew. Or when you feel lonely or have lost faith in love, suddenly you keep seeing the number 222 in messages and ads. This is a sign of balance and relationships. The universe reminds you to trust in connection, maintain harmony, and know that good things are coming to you. These numbers remind you to return to deep awareness, to trust in yourself and in the flow of life. The more you pay attention to them, the more conscious you become of the co-creation between you and the universe. you will begin to realize that the universe is not a distant entity out there, but is always responding to you, reflecting you, and conversing with you through the most seemingly random things in everyday life. The moment of recognition, from randomness to connection. At first, it's just curiosity. Then it becomes gentle comfort, and gradually, a language of love. You see 1111 when you're doubting your path. You see 444 after a difficult conversation and suddenly feel at peace. You see 777 after taking a leap of faith, and your heart exhales. It's not the number that matters. It's the moment you pause and think, someone is guiding me. That moment reactivates the flow, and within that flow, energy begins to move. Fear melts, faith strengthens, and magical synchronicities appear more and more. Because the more you recognize the signs, the more you see them, not because you are hallucinating, but because your awareness is expanding. You no longer resist life, you are listening to it. The sacred feedback loop. When you harmonize with the universe, understand simply, energy is a circle. What you focus on expands. What you cherish multiplies. When you recognize angel numbers, you are not merely a passive observer. You are actively participating in the creation of your reality. This is how the sacred dialogue unfolds. You say, I see it, universe. I am paying attention to these signals. For example, you see 5 feet 5 while thinking about changing jobs and quietly think, this is a sign of big change. The universe responds, good. Now here is the next step. Take action or prepare for what's coming. For example, you then happen to meet a friend who introduces a new opportunity, or you receive a message suggesting a course aligned with your transition. This is the sacred feedback loop, a vibrational conversation, a dance of frequencies between your consciousness and the infinite intelligence orchestrating all existence. When you pay attention and respond to angel numbers, you align with the rhythm of the universe. You affirm the connection, and the universe responds by bringing more signs, opportunities, and clarity to help you move forward on your path. The shift. Living in alignment, not just seeking signs. The crux is this. Angel numbers are no longer messages from the outside, but mirrors reflecting your inner connection. At first, we seek signs for reassurance, wanting guiding proof. But the truth is, you don't need signs to be connected. It is precisely because you are deeply connected that the signs appear. When you trust your path, you don't wait for 1111 to prompt you. You act on strong intuition and move with clear purpose. For example, you feel compelled to pursue a new project, and then you see 111. That number doesn't command you. It appears to affirm that your intuition is right. Or you feel the need to change jobs, and 555 shows up. The number doesn't decide for you. It's the universe's confirmation. Yes, it's time for you to leave. These numbers are merely echoes of your inner harmony, not the source of it. See them as moonlight reflected on water, shimmering and beautiful, but only proof that the true light, the wisdom and connection within you, is shining. The universe, your mirror. Imagine the universe as a vast mirror that always reflects exactly the frequency you carry. When you live in fear, you see chaos. When you live in awareness, you see order and guidance. That mirror never changes. You change. Angel numbers are the glittering light upon that mirror, reminding you that reality is always responding to the light energy you radiate. Transformation. When you begin to trust, when you stop doubting and begin to trust, life unfolds in a completely different way. You slow down, listen more deeply, and see the beauty and meaning hidden in things you once hurried past. You no longer feel alone in your decisions because you sense a quiet companionship. Every moment becomes symbolic, every challenge meaningful, and you realize the universe isn't testing you, it is training your awareness. It helps you remember that you have never been separate from the great flow of life. In that remembrance, peace arrives, not as a vague idea, but as a palpable frequency. For example, when you're busy with a deadline, instead of tension, you see 888 repeatedly. Instead of worrying, you feel a calm spreading through you, a belief that everything will be okay. That is peace arriving as a frequency, the certainty that your efforts are being supported and will lead to success. 888, prosperity, completion. This is the knowing that everything, even the smallest thing, bears a sacred imprint. The message of 1111, a call to awaken and create. If you often see 1111, understand that it's not just a number to make a random wish. It is a powerful invitation. You are ready to create consciously. 1111 appears at the thin boundary between intention and reality. It is the bridge where your thoughts begin to take form. Therefore, when you see 1111, pause, breathe deeply, and ask yourself, what am I thinking and feeling right now? Because the vibrational frequency you are carrying in that very moment will be the seed that reality begins to sprout. This is the true magic of 1111, not to divine the future, but to awaken your awareness of your own co-creative power. Practice how to work with angel numbers. Bring this awareness into your daily life. Pause when you notice them. Do not rush. Do not dismiss. Simply smile and say, I see you, universe. Check your energy. What were you thinking or feeling before you saw that number? That emotion is part of the message. Record it in a journal. Over time, you will see the pattern, not because the universe changed, but because you did. Release the obsession. Do not chase signs. Let them come naturally. Remember, they reflect flow, not control. Trust the rhythm. Numbers are breadcrumbs, not destinations. Follow them inward, where intuition becomes your guide. Beyond numbers, when you become the sign, there will come a time when numbers are only symbols. Synchronicity becomes your natural state, and life itself becomes an ongoing conversation with the divine. You no longer need external confirmation, because in this state, you yourself are the confirmation. When living in deep harmony, the universe no longer needs to whisper through scattered symbols. It moves and expresses directly through you. That is when you realize the signs were never out there. They have always been reflections of awakening and inner connection within you. Final words, the light between numbers. Therefore, if you continue to see repeating numbers, don't just ask, what does this mean? Ask, what is being awakened within me? Because perhaps the numbers are not answers. They may be invitations to slow down, to listen, to remember that a sacred intelligence is orchestrating your path. Numbers are not the miracle. You are the miracle. They are reflections of the level of consciousness you are stepping into. A reminder that you are seen, guided, and loved, not by something far away, but by the deepest part of you, the part that has never left. So next time you see 111, 222, or 555, don't just smile at the coincidence. Smile at the connection, because that moment is proof that you are awakening. The invitation of awakening. You have never imagined this. You are simply remembering. The universe always speaks softly, through patterns, through timing, through light, and especially through you. If this message has found you, it is because your higher self has called it in. So keep listening, keep trusting, keep walking with faith. And if these words touched you, please like and subscribe, not for the algorithm, but for your own alignment and connection. Because every time you choose to live awakened, you are strengthening the sacred bridge between yourself and the infinite. And from that bridge, the whole universe will begin to speak more clearly.